you know, as mayor, you represent the city. You're one vote on council, but it's a position that everybody recognizes. So what will you do as mayor to attract more upscale retail, high-quality businesses, and high-paying jobs to the city of Dublin? Essentially, how will you be the best person to sell this city and let other people know what a fantastic place this is to live? What's your plan to do so? Sorry, Ms. Hildebrand.
That's a great question. As we talked about a lot tonight, is that we do need to encourage the retail and commercial to come here. And why do I think I'm the best candidate here? Because I love the city, and my passion for the city is evident in everything I do when representing the residents here. I believe that we have a community of individuals who have come from a diverse socioeconomic background. A diversity within our community, I think, provides a very encouraging venue for retail and commercial to move to. And I think that what we need to do is to continue to partner with our different local and regional businesses, whether they are working to encourage to bring the Oracles back over across the way, or the Cisco's back to this area. But I really truly believe that we really need to redefine ourselves and look at partnering with Las Positas, Tri-Valley Innovation, Sandia Lab, Lawrence Livermore Lab, Cal. There are opportunities out here as we grow with Kaiser coming in to look at a way to encourage and think outside of the box and move our thinking away from trying to compete with the Bishop branches and bring small individual projects in here, but really working as a region so that we can have the opportunity to provide options within the Tri-Valley. I think that as mayor, I truly believe in this community. We are an all-American city. I brought us through that competition because I believed in it, and I believed in the commitment that our residents, our businesses, and those who come and shop and dine and recreate within our community, I believed in that, and I wanted people to see and hear that, and we won. We showed that we were committed to preserving our history while planning for our future. We showed that we provide housing to all socioeconomic residents, and we also showed that we have strong partnerships with the School of Imagination and different agencies out there that are providing opportunities for our children to learn and grow.
Well, when I first came on the council, Tim Sobrani and I sat down and said, what is Dublin? What does Dublin mean to each of us? And where do we get data on how to market Dublin? And we talked about, and we have commissioned a study that we're going to get back before not too long, maybe in the next couple of months, which in fact we're going to talk about it at the end of this month. And so stay tuned, because it is on the cusp of being delivered to Dublin. They did a lot of focus groups, they did a lot of survey work inside and outside of Dublin, so that we can create a marketing plan for Dublin, which we haven't had before. We need to market Dublin. In order to market Dublin, we need to understand and study where Dublin fits into the Tri-Valley. The marketing plan is going to be coming up, and that'll be very, very helpful to all of us. The other way that I'll do this is to talk and meet with the commercial developers and the commercial people. And I'm also not opposed to, in fact, I would like to visit or have our staff visit other parts of the country that have been successful in doing this. We don't need to be the guinea pig trying something new. We don't need to be we can copy the successful projects that have been in place around the country and understand. And I said from the very beginning, we want a wow factor. We want something that's been proven to work elsewhere, and we want something that will be tax positive for the city of Dublin. So we will attract new businesses. We will attract a different clientele. We won't be fast food Dublin anymore. We might not be digital Dublin, but we will understand what it is that is the best way to fit into the community, into the Tri-Valley, and we'll market the heck out of that. And we'll talk with the people that bring businesses in, and we'll share with them what a great place Dublin is to raise a family, to work. Here's the housing and work balance. Every CEO wants a good place for his people to live and raise their families, and that's what we'll be providing.
Mr. Costello?
How I would sell the city, I would bring the city together like this, like we are right now. And I would say, hey guys, how about we all get in a video and show the diversity that we are, because we're we're all different people. My father, he lived here with me for 20 years. He died 2 years ago, still living here in Dublin. He loved it here in Dublin. I love it here in Dublin. I'd like to, if we're going to have a video, show each and every aspect. The disabled, the senior citizen part, the regular, you know, when I say regular, I mean, you know, people that are not disabled. But we're all disabled in one way or another. So that means I'm covering everybody. And I want everybody to be a part of it. You know, we have this mirror underneath the freeway, and I go, you forgot me over there in the corner. No, they didn't even, they go, no, we're not gonna put you in there. But I've been here the longest. No. We got to sell the city of, we gotta say, we got the greatest people in the whole world, and we want to show them all off. That's how we sell a city.
Thank you. Mr. Hart?
Sean, I may have you beat a little bit. I first moved to Dublin when I was 10 years old and joined the Army when I was 18 years old to see the world, and I got stationed at Camp Parks.
I say I laugh every time I get
It was considered Pleasanton at the time. And I also am the only candidate that went to schools, that went to Dublin schools here in town. So I get it, I see it. I can speak from the heart. I can speak from the community base of how important it is to raise a family in this city. I've raised 5 children in this city, and I've got 4 grandchildren that I'm raising now in this city. It is a great place to live. It's a great place to raise your family and to work and to live and to play. We've got great schools, as we've talked about already. We've got great recreational facilities. Last weekend we had the Dublin Soccer Fall Classic here, where it brought in 20,000 people into the city. Some would say, what the heck is going on? But others might say, you know, it's a good economic opportunity. All right, we would tout that aspect. We've got obviously iGate and the labs that we've got close by that Casey had talked about. Schools, we've got the housing. We've got different variety of housing. You can buy a 500 square foot studio in this town, all the way up to a mansion of 6,000 square feet. God knows why anyone would want to live in a 6,000 square foot house. But, all right, we've got that variety. We've got obviously a business friendly environment when it comes to the city council, when it comes to the opportunities in the city to grow a small business. We've got Tri-Valley Visitor Association that will work with us in a regional aspect to bring, obviously, that climate in, to bring the people in. We have great senior citizen housing. We have the best thing to offer. We are at the crossroads, as everyone knows. We have a great city. I'll advertise it, I'll push it, market it as your mayor. I'm looking forward to that.
We have time for 1 minute rebuttal from each candidate. Ms. Friend?
rather than, I'm just going to list why I think we all wouldn't want to live here. And we're environmental stewards here in the city. We take a leadership role when it comes to the environment, when it comes to saving open space and preserving land. We have world-class recreational facilities, whether it's our historic park, our Fallon Sports Park, Emerald Glen, or our neighborhood parks. We are working to balance out the neighborhood parks and our housing so that everybody has a place to recreate. We have high-performing schools. We have regional partnerships within not only the Tri-Valley, but throughout the state of California. But most of all, we have diversity. And I am so pleased that my child has been raised in a community where she knows nothing but diversity. And I think that is going to serve her so well in her future. Not only is she coming out of great schools and a great community and had opportunities to recreate throughout this community, she knows people of all types of socioeconomic and backgrounds, and I think that is going to be her biggest benefit when she leaves Dublin.
Mr. Albert?
Yeah, I think we're all in violent agreement about the great things that there are for choosing to live in Dublin. And I'm thankful that I chose to live in Dublin 14 years ago and raised 3 daughters here in Dublin, all through Dublin schools. And thank God I'm finally all at the high school now to cut the commute down. But they grow fast, we all know this. And to see the room of people here tonight, many of which have lived here for decades, and some of which have lived here for only a few years. We all made a great choice. My approach to how we attract the business community and how to continue to market Dublin is to look at the data, look at the study that we've commissioned, understand it, and then choose a path forward for marketing it. The things that we've talked about, we have. It's a matter of marketing them. What did we do with the school district? 14 years ago, people weren't flocking here because of the school district, but we improved 10 years in a row, and we've marketed that. The same thing that we did with the schools, we're going to continue to do with the city by understanding the data and marketing ourselves.
Mr. Costello?
As I worked at Chuck E. Cheese for 10 years, and I was the guy that gave you all the prizes. Here, kid, here's your toy. Kid, take your toy, right? And I loved it. And I wanted to keep going. That's how I felt about Dublin. I did it for the kids. I stayed for the kids. I didn't care about whatever happened, what was happening with the managers and all that stuff. I cared about the kids. I wanted the kids to be happy. And I want the kids of this whole city to be happy. To market ourselves, we gotta market ourselves as a very warm city. I've been to places back east that was the coldest city in the world. And I mean, the people, they weren't warm, they weren't fuzzy like we're trying to be. You know, and I want you to be warm and fuzzy for everybody.
I can clap for that, that's good.
So, rebuttal?
Yes,
Mike,
rebuttal,
rebuttal?
yes.
All right, so I think a lot has already been said. I think the next mayor needs to show leadership, needs to present the city in such a light to bring in that economic development, all right, to highlight the city, to highlight all the beautiful attributes that we have within the city and the amenities that we have in this city. And Mayor Tim Sobrani likes to talk about you can be born in this city someday and you know, be buried in the city eventually. And I think it's, you know, although you wouldn't necessarily highlight that part, but you would at least talk about the positive things that this city, you know, has. It is a great city it's a great city to live in. It's a great city to raise your family in. It's a great city to have a business in. All right, and I would continue to do that as your mayor.